Anyone whose children share a bedroom knows well the anxiety that can come with wondering how your little ones are going to do in a shared sleeping space. And so today I'm answering your sleep question. What is the ideal bedroom setup for my 6-week-old and 2.5-year-old to share? And in this video, I'll give you some of our tips for if you're room sharing with children of this age. Hi, I'm Nikki, one of the founders of a company called Little Ones and mother to 3 beautiful children. At Little Ones, we specialise in infant and child sleep through a comprehensive set of online sleep programs. At no point are we saying that a child of any age has to be sleeping in a different room. But if you are ready for your 6-week-old to have moved from your room into another sleeping space, then that is your decision as their parent, and that's absolutely fine. And we are here to support you through the decisions that you're making for your family. So a 6-week-old and a 2.5-year-old is, I'm not going to lie, one of the trickier room sharing ages. But in saying that, I'm not saying it's impossible, and you definitely can make it work. If we're looking at the sleep environment to start with, the first thing I would suggest is getting some really loud white noise happening in their sleeping space. Actually, this is super helpful for a newborn anyway, because you're helping your baby to switch off, get in the zone for sleep, drift between sleep cycles, but it also has the dual effect of masking any of your children's sounds from each other. So a 6-week-old is probably still going to be waking a few times overnight, and I'm guessing that your anxiety is possibly around that waking up your toddler. At 2.5 years old, assuming your toddler isn't oversleeping during the day, they are going to be in a really good deep sleep overnight. So straight away, I would say not to worry too much about your newborn waking up your toddler, because your toddler, they're very active, they're going to be good and tired, and they can sometimes sleep through anything. So the key to your toddler's good night's sleep is going to be making sure that they're not oversleeping for their daytime nap. So if your toddler is still having a daytime nap, I would be capping it at 1 hour at 2.5 years old, because you're going to be losing that nap in the next 6 months anyway. So bearing in mind that your toddler is going to be quite tired, especially as you come through this transition down to no naps over the next few months for your toddler, the best way around bedtime is going to be to put your toddler to bed first. So hopefully this is going to be somewhere around 7 p.m. That is because your toddler is noisier than your newborn. You know, maybe, hopefully they're not, but maybe they're hopping out of their bed, they're calling up for water, they want one more story. We all know what toddlers can be like at bedtime. And so that is more likely to wake your newborn than the other way around. So putting your toddler to bed quite quickly first, they should fall asleep pretty easily. And then if you need to, I would even be looking to adjust your newborn's schedule during the day back by half an hour or so. So they're maybe not going to sleep until about 7:30. And then you've got a bit of time to feed them, wind them, change them, and settle them to sleep. Assuming that white noise is nice and loud in the bedroom, you putting your newborn down to sleep is definitely not going to be waking up your toddler, who, once asleep, is going to be in a really nice deep sleep, especially in this first part of the night. So I'd put my toddler to sleep first and then put the newborn to sleep after that. I have 3 children, and at various stages they have all room shared with each other for different reasons. Currently my 2 girls, who are 9 and 5, are room sharing. That's their choice at the moment. But that said, we still put one to bed before the other. So my 5-year-old still goes to bed before her sister. When my kids were a lot younger, my eldest and my middle child used to share a room, and I would put one to bed before the other. And it just worked well. They just really understood that, you know, don't wake up your brother. And so they work it out. They get quite good at it. And my children actually really enjoy sleeping in the same room as each other. So you might find that your children, the older they get, that's their preference. And if that's the case, that's fine. Like I said, this can be a tricky age for room sharing, but your children are getting older every day. So it's only going to be for a small period of time that it's this tricky, and the older they get, the easier it's going to get. A good example of a room sharing situation that's pretty common is with twins, and twins usually room share in a lot of households for years and years, and right from, obviously newborn, and because they've been room sharing with each other for that long, they get used to hearing the other child in the night. And so I know of circumstances within my own extended family where, one twin might be having nightmares or wake in the night and the other twin sleeps right through it, and they have no idea that's even happened. So it's definitely possible, and as I was saying, it's going to get easier and your kids will really get used to it. I hope that's helped give you a bit of guidance around how to set up the room and how to stagger bedtimes and make it a bit easier for your children to get used to sleeping in the same room together. As always, if you need some more help, please visit our website. There's a lot of articles on there to help you with any sleep-related issue that you might be facing. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and like this video, and I will talk to you again soon.